into the area of River Maiwaine, and that's why we have a catchment management plan, so we can take care of the elk. And the reason why we're doing the work that we're doing is the Wairoa District Council has a wastewater plant in the hills behind Mahia Beach. So what we did was, us the tangata whenua who look after our maraes decided we're not going to stand by and watch any pollution get into our awa. So we decided to ask the Wairoa District Council if we could do together to actually manage that wastewater system up here. Do you children know what lives in that awa? No. What would you find in the river? Eels. Yes, what else? Anybody know what else? Fish. Yes, what kind of fish? Flounders. Yes, you get flounders. So we have to be there to make sure that they don't die. But also we are there to bring the water back to, so that it is very clean and very pure. And the fish in that stream will go bigger and they will increase in number. So that's what we're doing. When the trees and the grass is grown, then the birds will come back. Then the birds will come back.
Anita?
And the mushrooms, yes. And birds that haven't lived here before, have disappeared, will now come back.
Yeah. We're going up there. Was there any other bird that you went to look for?
Well, there used to be pippies, peticos, and up in that creek, whitebait.
Just one of the things to add to Papakrao's corridor. We used to, there are certain bushes in the area where we used to go and dig worms up, and the worms would be as thick as my finger, and I'm not being sorry. Yeah. And that long. They're special worms, and we used to thread them onto flax. And so they become like a bob, and tie them onto a stick like a fishing line, and we used to bob. We call them bobbing, and we use them. We eel at night with them. And the eels come along and they grab hold of them, and we just pull them out, no hooks, and that's just one of the things we used to do when we were kids.
The other foods that you get up there are flounders. And other fishes, you can fish the other fish up there as well. And piggies and peticos that are down by the bridge. And I'd just like to relate a story with you children regarding Papakrao's brother Ricky. When he was little, he used to be taken up the same river on horseback. They'd ride up there to go eating or whitebaiting at Mamanu, the rapids where you go whitebaiting. And they didn't have saddles in those days. They had what was called a peacock bag, which they put across the horse. And my aunt, who couldn't be here today, actually made one and put it on a horse to show you. That's the peacock bag there. They didn't have saddles in those days. Now, the man I'm talking about is Ricky, Papakrao's brother. He was 3 at the time. So Ricky was popped into one side. I'll send the horse around so you can have a look. And then the food or groceries or whatever were popped into the other side to balance up. Okay? Now that's a miniature one. The big old bag would have been made out of a bag like this. And then it would have been put across the horse and cut. And as Ricky said, he was 3, put on one side, the groceries or the fish or the eels were put on the other side.
But from that incident, Papa decided that every time him and his sons went out fishing or gathering food, they will say a karakia first. And the karakia would be to ask Tunana Nui if they can go fishing or gathering kaimona and just take enough for a meal and be able to leave some behind so that they can breed and increase their numbers and grow. So that's what this story is all about.
What did you do?
We dig through the rocks and we caught water and little baby eels.
Did you? Little baby ones. Did you put them back so they could grow big?
No, we didn't touch them.
Oh, you just watched them.
Yeah, we just watched them.
That's very cool.
We caught a big snapper.
I love snapper. What did you do with it?
We went to the spot where we were gonna burn it and then had smoked fish.
Yum. I wish I'd been there.
And then we went for a swim and then I backed under it and then I saw heaps of fish.
What a cool place it must be. You can fish, you can swim, you can play in the sand.
That's right, it goes yellow up on the hills, doesn't it? Because there's not enough soil, and soil needs to be there to hold the water for the grass and for the grass to grow in.
And where's the grass?
What's that? That's grass on top. And a bit of something else on there too. So down on the flat parts, then we've got a whole box full of soil here because it's washed down off the hills, and so there's plenty of soil down on the flat parts because it's all washed down there. So there's lots of this down there.
He's going to hold it up for everyone.
Nice and black. Look at that. Okay, so I just wanted to leave the message that the soil is very, very important for us because all of our food comes from there. And also it's very important for how clean our water is because if the soil is washing off the hills and it's falling off because we're not looking after it enough, it's going to end up in our awa and it's going to end up in the sea. And fish don't like it very much if there's too much soil in the water.